is Mark and Charity Mornings.
Mark and Charity Podcast. It's Thursday, September 16th today. It's Richard Mark's birthday.
58 years old today.
It's Nick Jonas's birthday.
It is Nick Jonas's birthday.
He's 10.
You got me on that one. I hate it when you do that. And I was so close to saying something I really can't say on the air.
I
can't say in the podcast either because I don't like to use foul language if I don't. But there are times where it slips out, and I really had to watch myself this morning because you got me. You were playing right along with birthdays, saying you didn't know it was Nick Jonas's birthday, and then boom, and you come with Sucker of all songs.
Yeah, I know.
Sucker.
Go together. But I remember last year, Richard Marx because I like him, and then Nick Jonas because I like the boys.
I know.
But what happened was when we did that, we played a montage of Richard Marx songs, and immediately you said, like you had a physical reaction. Like I watched you, the dilated pupils, all right here waiting. And then the text started right here waiting, right. And it reminded me of something we didn't talk about more about is that emotional reaction to a song.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've talked about this in the past.
Many times.
Studies and research. Yeah, it's a very natural thing.
And so I am guilty, as much as I love music, I am guilty of taking for granted that we play 30 songs a morning. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And it's just part of our commodity. And off we go. I guess I never think that at any point what is on the air in a song playing is having a reaction with a listener. Because, every song is somebody's favorite song. Or has a reaction, and I never think of that way. And then we do the Phil Collins things, and it blows up again. And now we're getting all kinds of stuff for Throwback Thursdays coming up that people have. So it was a nice reminder that the music that we play and music in general can have that reaction on people.
Well, I just
think it's neat.
At the core of our Throwback Thursday, I think that's how it happened. It was kind of organic in the sense that, hey, I really like this song. I would love to hear it. Let's put it up against something, get people to vote. If people vote on it, then we can hear it.
Yeah.
And quite often when people ask, how do you come up with that? That's usually how it stems. And we like those songs because of the connections we create with them, for sure. I did react to Right Here Waiting because it is one of those songs. I think there are certain songs, perhaps, that people connect to more than others. For instance, I'm thinking of Len Steal My Sunshine, just throwing it out there. I don't think there's many connections to that song.
No.
And if there are, I would like to meet you and find out why.
I know of a negative connection in town.
Well,
because they canceled coming here for Waterfront and irritated everybody.
A positive connection, we'll say, or a nostalgic connection. Mm-hmm. But Right Here Waiting, my connection to it would be very different than yours because of age. And we have done that when I say we've talked about it in the past because research has been done. And I think it's around 14 is our strongest. It's when we first really appreciate and hear music. So those songs about that age really hit us hard. And then I think throughout our lives, moments, weddings are a big one. Everybody has the wedding song.
Somebody had that in a text about Right Here Waiting wedding song in 1990.
There's one particular song. I remember when I went to high school, a student, a guy who I'd started school with, I think in kindergarten. Yeah, we would have gone to kindergarten together. Anyway, we went through, he passed away and going to his memorial service. So there are songs from that to this day, when I hear them, I think of him.
Yeah.
So funerals, when you lose somebody, when someone comes into your life, those monumental events throughout your life, I think there's always music associated to it. And when you hear it, you go right back to it, or that feeling it can create. It's amazing. It's amazing what music can do.
It's nice for people to share that because I think we don't share that enough. We're impacted by it, and then we just let that moment go. Mm-hmm. I know what songs my wife likes and react to. My problem is I react to way too many because
everything with a guitar.
I know music is my art form. Like some people can stand in front of a painting. I've said that before for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And stare at it and get as much as somebody would get sitting with a pair of headphones listening to an album, and then it would take you away. A book. I love to read too, but some people they can just totally get lost in books. That's their art form. But for me, music and then sharing. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. Thanks for sharing that. And if you've got some Throwback Thursday ideas, your parents don't have to look like Phil Collins to pick one.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Phil.
I did that
Charity's
the
dad.
wrong way. I should have gone with Dad's favorite. I really should have.
Another Day in Paradise?
Yeah, I don't think the gap would have been as large.
Maybe. I think Easy Lover was probably going to win.
But there again, Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. I remember that as a kid. That was a song that really stood out to me. Being a Phil Collins fan, my dad and my mom, it was in the house. So quite often we would listen to not so much Genesis, but Phil Collins. And that particular song, I can't tell you why. I just remember really liking it. But it wasn't a big hit like Easy Lover or Another Day in Paradise, or it was a song people knew. But that's why I went with it, because for me, I liked that song. But maybe next time I'll go with Dad.
But that's what Throwback Thursday was about. We don't want to play junky songs, but there are a lot of great songs out there that don't get airplay anymore.
And that's kind of why, too, you don't hear that song very often.
And stories behind them. So we appreciate that. Thanks very much for that for everybody. Coming up tomorrow, one of the things we're going to talk about is the Toy Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm touching on it a little bit during middays, only because today is National Play-Doh Day too.
It is.
So and Play-Doh's already in. And no, we're talking about it tomorrow, of course. But Play-Doh is already in the Hall of Fame. Have you seen the list of finalists?
I did. And again, I'm looking at it. I'm always amazed at what isn't already in. Sand is not in.
And to be honest, I don't know that I would even put that on a list. But when I saw that, I thought, well, yeah, of course. It was probably the first toy ever.
Sand, dirt.
Yeah.
Sand.
Go play in the dirt. Get dirty. It is not in there.
And yet it's so ridiculous. Like, guys, we really, we're not saving the world here. But it's toys. It's playing. And like Cabbage Patch Kids are on the list again.
A fire truck.
A fire, like how is a
toy fire truck is not in the Toy Hall of Fame. Again, think back. How long have kids been playing with a fire truck? How long has a fire truck been a thing? Like that, it's crazy to me. It
Sitting here now, going back in thought, I had a white Texaco pickup truck. Like tow truck. Sorry, tow truck.
Okay.
Beside, here we are. A white Texaco tow truck when I was a child. That was my truck that I played with all the time.
And did you tow things with it? Did it have the tow bar and everything?
I probably took Visa. Take it outside. Hey, run out of gas, mister. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Tow truck. Yeah. But again, you talk to kids today. There was no buttons. There was no...
there was no technology attached to it.
It was a tow truck. And so I would love that to be in. So anyway, we're going to give you the list of what's on there. And then we're going to want to hear you texting and on socials us what you think should be in or some of the memories you have, some of that. Because again, it's like the music. It's like, I think we're just at a point, I know I am anyway. Part of it's my age. A lot of it is the pandemic, where I'm really just yearning for what was and hope that what was is what will eventually come again.
Simpler times.
Yeah, and take them for granted. And just when we kind of get out of it and slow down, can we just start enjoying that stuff again? Can we just enjoy again instead of having to fight and be angry all the time? Picketing hospitals. Can we just enjoy stuff all the time? Do we have to fight about everything? Do we have to be right about everything? Do we always have to shout everybody down and just disagree and go, yeah, okay, I don't agree with that, and then that's okay?
But it raises the question, can we ever go back?
Yeah, you know what?
It's like some things would be great. Some things are great the way they are. It's great that we have evolved in some ways because as much as we complain about technology, it's wonderful that we are linked to people around the world and that information can be shared, because I remember encyclopedias, something I am glad are not a thing anymore.
Right.
But we had them. And that was the source of information for so long. So many things. You looked it up in the encyclopedia. And now we are just open to so many things. But being open to so many things, as you said, now creates this, I don't want to say anger, but there's anger and frustration and this always having to be right. And, well, I found this here and I know this because I read it here. And it's created this whole other issue. So to go back to simpler times, as nice as it would be.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Genie's out of the bottle.
Exactly. It would be very hard.
So that's just me being in my old moment.
I know, and you're not.
Cranky old moment.
It's not an old moment. As
Listen
you said,
me.
I think it's just been magnified these last 18 months, but you're not alone. I think a lot of people yearn for that just a quieter, simpler
Here I am
time.
talking about no technology on a podcast.
Exactly. If we were sitting on a porch somewhere in rocking chairs, maybe
That's
it would be.
Waiting for lunchtime and bingo. When is that, Charity? Like you're going to be in an old age home same time I am. Nope. I'm going to be listening to you on your show. Say, I used to work with her.
By
sure
then,
you did.
it'll be a hologram.
Yeah, you'll be a hologram.
You'll be able to project it right into your.
That's crazy.
Could
What would
you
our
imagine?
job look like 20 years
Could you
from
imagine?
now?
Because they do a lot. Now, we don't do it here because we like to to remain a mystery. But
Totally.
many radio stations do, when they do a podcast, will film it. And so people can see you
How would
interacting and
that
talking.
benefit here? No. Like
I'm
you
kind
okay?
of glad. I'm still happy we
You have
haven't
a beautiful
gotten there
yellow
yet.
sweater on. You look like the sun. As Jimmy Hollywood said. Again, what goes on behind the scenes? Jimmy calls in. And I said, Charity's
Jimmy.
got a yellow sweater. And he's like,
Jimmy.
I can see the sun from here. Jimmy.
I enjoy Jimmy. I do. I remind him of his first ex-wife.
Yeah.
He likes to tell me that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting
So you
back
want to
to
know what goes on behind the scenes? Jimmy thinks Charity reminds him of his first wife.
But getting back to the fact that people can now see, because radio very much was theater of the mind.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
allowed
When
you
done
to.
well. Yep.
Exactly. But now you can see the industry. You can see our studio. You can see us. So yeah, in 20, 30, maybe even 5 years, who knows? Maybe we will be holograms and you can project it and be like a video. We'll be there on your car dash. We'll be there in your living room.
Like Darth Vader shows up in Star Wars. That was freaky in the palm of your hand. Ain't nobody need that.
Who thought we would have these 10
These
years
little
ago, 10,
phones.
15 years ago, 20 years ago?
Right.
Everybody would have a handheld device, and that's how you communicate. That's how you get information. You can do anything with your phone. So yeah, in 20 years, who knows?
Oh, we have a lot of pressure.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's like I'm exhausted. I
Just
don't
tired thinking about it.
don't want to do this tomorrow. Is it the weekend yet? Doug Stevenson on the show tomorrow. We're going to talk about weekend stuff
Thank
going
goodness.
on. Kite
You
flying.
know what?
Go fly a kite this
We
weekend.
need Doug, and we need to know what's going on this weekend, because I don't know about you. It's kind of been the first full week
I know.
in a while, and it's felt like 10. It really had. There's been a lot going on this week, so it'll be nice to unwind and do something fun this weekend.
You got to send some stuff for your kids, right, to make sure that they're
They've
healthy.
had to do. We've had to do the COVID screening. So last year, it was left up to the families to do it before they went to school. So I believe we had to send in a form saying that we would do it, but the screening would take place at home. They'd be okay, and then we'd send them. We didn't actually have to send anything to the school.
Okay, sure.
And this year, no, the first 2 weeks, and I believe Monday's our last day of doing it, we've had to electronically send in forms every morning prior to the kids going to school saying that they have passed the screening.
Right.
So yes, I have done that every morning.
Good to go.
Good to go.
One more thing to do in the morning. Eliminate it. Okay. Yeah. Almost.
Almost there.
All right. So that's the podcast, everybody.
That's it? Okay.
I think. Anything else? I think
No,
that's
we
pretty
talked
well how
about what
today
we were
went.
doing tomorrow. We talked, about things today. Get your ballots in for Adventures on the Bay. We will make that draw again tomorrow morning. Beat the Bank is back on Monday. So that was exciting this week.
That's going on. And can I get on my soapbox just for 5 seconds in a good way, I think?
Yeah, for sure.
Please, everybody, since you're already on your device and listening to the podcast, would you go to inquinty.ca? Would you do some of the research, as people say, and then go out and vote on Monday, please? Because it's brutally important that we all have a say in what goes on in the world and in the country. And regardless of which issues are important to you and how they fall for you, let your voice be heard. It's really important that we get out and vote.
And we'll remind you again tomorrow.
Yeah, and we're going to do it a lot on the weekend. And then on Monday, it's election day, okay? So get involved with that and head to inquinty.ca to find out what's going on locally. Have a great day, Kay. You
have a good day. Great
and
day.
we'll,
Get a smile cookie.
Yeah, good one. Running out of those. Order those today. All right, we'll chat tomorrow morning.